Today I'm gonna do something that I've never ever done before in The Sims 4, and that rhymed. But I'm gonna try to make a split level house. And how do I describe a split level house for people who don't know what split level house is? I don't know how to describe it, but I do know that my parents' house is a split level house to the max. Like, I mean, the front door of the house and the entryway is neither the first floor or the second floor. It is a mystery floor. And if you go down one level to the quote-unquote basement level, you're still on the ground floor. And then if you go into the actual basement, you're still halfway above ground. But the other basement that we have is completely underground. And I don't know how that works. But anyways, that was a long and confusing intro. And let's start, shall we? We freaking shall. Where do we even begin? I should probably watch a tutorial, but I also kind of want to figure it out on my own, you know? But I should probably watch a tutorial, but I'm not going to watch a tutorial. I am nude. So what if, what are we going to do? Okay, Nora, just do something. The people are waiting. All right. What if we start off with a little block that's going to be on the ground floor? And then to make it split level, I think we have to use some terrain. I mean, that makes sense. So if I just raise this terrain up to this floor, whoa, and then just make something happen, kind of like that. And then we have a gap in there, but I think that's the point. Maybe. And then to make it split level, I think you have to put the second floor on the first floor, kind of like so. Oh, that is floating. Oh, I need to raise up the terrain more, like that. Okay, we're getting somewhere. Is that split leveling? Or am I just making up shenanigans right now? Is this it? Did I do it? Video over? I honestly don't know. Ooh, what if you have a double split level? Don't know what that means, but what if you have another part of the house over here and somehow just connect that up? Oh, that's gonna be ugly. No, we're not gonna do that. I'm not feeling that today. Right, this split leveling. Oh my goodness me. How are we gonna make this pretty? How are we gonna make this good? Maybe, what if you have another part up here and that can be 2 floors? Or is that gonna look even weirder? Interesting. And what are we gonna do about the terrain? Because you need to make the terrain look natural, like it's cascading down. I see. What have I done to myself? How are we gonna make this build work? What if we had another part up here? Just to create some shapes? This is kind of weird. It looks wrong. Oh, gee, but Joe. Okay, what if I try to scooch this one in a little bit? Is that gonna make things better? That was kind of better. I've been tinkling around. I've not been tinkling. I've been tinkering around. Just trying to make the proportions work and the terraining to work because I'm so confused right now. I got a huge old dip right there. I don't know what happened, but something happened. And we have a little gap in there, but I think we can hide that up with like plants or something. I think that would be good. And then this part of the landscaping needs to be flat and this needs to be raised up. And we also got to smooth this out. But yeah, I think that looks good. It's a small little house. And the reason for this being a small house is because today we're gonna have a low-key day. We're not gonna do anything spectacular. We are not gonna reinvent the wheel. Nora's just gonna make a plain old house and face her fears. Because this week for me is such a busy week. Because I have to attend 2 birthdays that are both 2 hours away from me in each direction. And I don't have a car. And also, on Sunday is Norway's Constitution Day. And that's a whole big shebang. And I'm a part of planning the party that's gonna be happening. And you know, I also have my other job that I need to do, plus this. And it's just like, it is such a busy week. So it's gonna be a low-key day today. Oh, symmetrize for me. Yes. And then this part of the house, the 2-floor part, what if we go this way? Or is that gonna look weird? No, I don't think that that's gonna look weird. I think that that could be a hoot and a half, actually. Ooh, and maybe, you know what? What if for this part we do this? Make a little dip in. Just for the aura, just for the shapes. We could do that. That looks weird right now, but I think that's gonna blow people's minds away. That's for sure. That's what it's gonna do. Bombastic. All right. Now I think it's time to put in some doors and windows. And first of all, what is this part of the house gonna be? Is it gonna be the garage? I feel like that's gonna be the garage. That makes the most sense. So do we have a garage door? I mean, we have this one. I think that could maybe work. It's a big old door. It is a big old door. Oh, and where are we gonna have that door? I think the door is gonna be there because we're gonna smoothen out this terrain and we don't want the terrain to block the door, the garage door, because that would have been horrible. So it's gonna be like that. And then we also gotta figure out the wallpaper for this house. And what am I thinking today? Maybe a green. That one. Oh, we're gonna go for that green. I think that could be lovely. Oh, and by the way, do we want this roof to go all the way to over there? Or is that gonna be weird? No, I kind of like that. How does it look from the back? That looks weird. I don't know what we're gonna do about that. Maybe we can hide that up because I really like how it looks in the front. Questions. I think I'm gonna keep that. Oh my gosh, and it suddenly became so dark in here. Where did the sun go? Excuse me. way. Better right to roll. Let's also put a fence in here. But our good old veranda. Our one tile veranda. The special moment. And then also the front door. Ooh, what front door are we gonna use? I am thinking growing together maybe. Yeah. I have decided that is what we're gonna go for today. And then, I really do need to fix this gap over here. And I'm thinking we could go for a little foundation. So what if I just plunk that on and I can't? Oh no. Okay, what if I make a room? Can that work? No. Excuse me. Okay, now I can. Right. And then I just delete the walls. Now we got a little bit of a platform. Shenanigan going on, and I think that was wonderful. And also, by the way, I don't know if you can see this, but I leaned back in my chair. Ow! Ooh, the chair hit me. Anyways, I'm leaning back in my chair, and that is so comfortable. Does that look weird? Maybe. But I'm gonna stay here for a little while, like so, because I am comfortable. And I do feel like I need to be comfortable when I'm gonna work with this terrain. This terrain of ours. What are my plans for this terrain? Am I gonna smooth it out? Oh, we also need to find a way for the Sims to get down here in a smooth and well-mannered order. So what if I just first of all smooth this all down? And we also gotta remember that this area needs to be flat for the driveway. Got to remember that, Nora. No, it looks horrible. Gotta smooth it some more. Smooth it out. And now I kind of want a smoothie. But alright, I have smoothened this place out to the best of my abilities. And it's still a little bit rough, but it's the best that I can do right now. And now I need to figure out how they're gonna get down here. So if I just put up a staircase here, I mean, not really needed, but we have it now. And then what if I just put up a staircase right here? What's gonna happen? We get a little dip. I mean, I think that is okay. Maybe I can move it a little bit down. Not like that though. Sort of like so. I'm gonna have it up here. It just did not work down here. And I don't want to fight with the physics today. Not today, not ever. But I think that is a start. And then we can have a pathway. And we can also have a pathway for the driveway. Maybe that is our best solution for today. And for the pathway for the main walkway, we can use some cobble together. How if you try that? Ooh, look at that. All the way down it goes. Ooh, maybe we can also pair it with some pebbles, please. Give you a nice little combo. I don't know. It looks a little bit wonky. What have I done? I don't know what I did, but there's something. And then for the pathway for the driveway, are we gonna go with the same pathway or a different one? Who knows in this day and age, really? What if we just go with some pebbles, please? How about that? And also throw in some shading. Or a lot of shading that became. I gotta tone down on the shading. But I think we're gonna have some rocks and whatnot on the edge of the pathway, so that doesn't really matter. But I think that is an idea. Yeah, I think it is. I'm kind of doubting myself. But what if we try to put up some rocks on our pathway? We could maybe try with the horse ranch pathway. Pathway? The rocks. Like so. Kind of cute. That is kind of an idea. Ooh, with a yellow car. Cute. Adorable. Wow. Oh, by the way, maybe we should put up some windows on that house. I got one window and then I said done. We should probably put up some windows. But for the windows, I put down a door. But for the windows, we're gonna go with the growing together because I just feel like the growing together pack is the vibe for today. I want it to be homey and cozy, the split level house. No shenanigans today, just a little bit of shenanigans. And the only shenanigans today is the split leveling. No more shenanigans. I mean, that car is kind of a shenanigan that is not straight, but they did their best for the parking. It's not easy to park a car sometimes. Sometimes you get nervous and then you don't know what to do, you know? Oh, by the way, you know what would have been so cool? If we just put up another part over here of the outside part. Another part of the outside part. Oh, that was perfect, Nora. Perfect English. Proud of you. Your mother is proud of you. Everybody's proud of you. But if we just extend the foundation to out here, and then we're gonna put up a roof, sort of like so, and then we can have a little movement, an outside movement. That's gonna look a lot better. I just need to fix the roof. Where is the roof going? Like so. Okay, yeah. Now I'm getting it. And then we're gonna put up a fence around this part, like so. And then here comes the shenanigan moment. I'm also gonna put up a fence right here because this is the enclosed area. Dun 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 dun. I gotta stop being so dramatic sometimes because what am I doing? We're also gonna put up some columns. Also a spandrel just for the real shenanigans. And then they need a way to get in here. And I think I'm gonna do it like that. And then the spandrel went away. But I'm gonna fix that because I'm gonna put in one of these. And then get my spandrel back. Whoa! Cute! Adorable. I love it. And then in this area, what can we do? What can we have? I think we're gonna have a little bit of an outside table. So they can have a nice summer lunch with whoever lives in this house. With also maybe a grill over there. I actually wanted the table to be like this, but then they can't walk past the chairs. And I don't want to extend this part out either, because that's going to take away the focus from the rest of the house. But you know what? It's not a crime if the table is like that. It's not a crime. Is it a crime? No. Oh, and by the way, speaking about driving, you remember when I talked about driving? Speaking about that, I just remembered something. And what I remembered was when I was going to take my driver's test, the driving instructor asked me if I wanted to have a conversation or just be quiet when I was going to do my driver's test, because people want different things. And then I said, you know what, yeah, I want to have a conversation while I'm taking my driver's test. That's going to make me less nervous. But then the driving instructor asked me what I wanted to study. And I just sat there and I was just like, I don't know. know? Because I had no idea what I wanted to study at that time. So that kind of shook me to my core. But anyways, I passed my driver's test and I also did the most incredible parallel parking. And I've never ever done that again. I don't know how I did it, but you know. And then I'm also just gonna put up some flower boxes. What is happening here? Hello? Hello? Go onto that frickety frackety window. What is happening right now? I want you on that window. What? Excuse me. Okay, well, gotta use my tool mod then. Just like so. And does it work on the other windows? Yes, it does. Good. I was about to have a nervous breakdown, but I pulled through, you guys. I pulled through. And then what else do we need for this house? We need some lights so they can see when the intruders come. And the intruders, they're gonna be so confused about this house. They don't know what's up and down. And they never will either. Cute, cute, cute. I think I'm done with the exterior. Oh, and also put up a chimney. I forgot to I forgot to tell you about the chimney. But I put it up there and it's magical. But I think we're done with the exterior. Right here, it looks a little bit lackluster. But I think I'm gonna put some plants in there to hide everything up. And hopefully that will fix everything. Or else I'm just gonna cut this video and I'm gonna go and cry, celebrate some birthdays, and then cry some more. But okay, what is my plans for this landscaping? I gotta remember to not go overboard because I don't have time, but I also don't want to go underboard because that is a slippery slope. But right. Let's do some sketching. So of course, we're gonna have some plants over here to fill in that gap. And we also need some plants in the back here to just fill in the disaster that is the back of the house. And then maybe we could have a bushing moment by the garage area. And then we gotta figure out what we're gonna do for the rest of the landscaping. There's a lump of a land. Lump land. That's what this lot is called. The lump land. Oh, I'm gonna write that down. Lump land. Oh, by the way, there's a gallery that's called lump land. Well, hopefully they're not gonna try and sue me over this because I'm stealing that word, lump land. But okay, back to the landscaping. What can we do? What would be cool? You know what I kind of want to do? That just came to me. What if we try to make some circles out of rocks and plants? I think that could maybe be an idea. I don't know. That might look weird and out of place. But I also don't want to do anything spectacular. That's a weird thing to say. But I don't want to overcomplicate this because it's gonna be so annoying to try and put up plants on an area that is not flat, you know? And also, we need to put up some rocks around the pathway to frame the pathway in. Gotta remember that. I gotta make a list someday. I never make lists. I just keep them in my mind and hope that everything will be alright. But yeah, I think maybe that is a plan. And we're gonna do that plan right now. And I have no idea what I said in my last clip, by the way, because I was in the bathroom having a panic time. That sounded weird. I had a nervous pee. So what I said in my last clip, not my problem anymore. But we're gonna do the landscaping. And I think that we're gonna begin with the bushing moment in front of here because I feel like that is the most important part. And it's also the least scary part, but also somehow the most scary part. Because if this doesn't go good, I can go and sit in a hole. But okay, Nora. Focus, lock in, start with some base game plants. On C, look, the floating plants there already here. But we really just gotta find a way to hide up this big whole gap in the middle. Oh, the floating plants, oh my gosh. But you know what? It turned out like so. And am I happy with that? It looks alright. Oh, actually, maybe. What if in that corner we have a tree? Would that look better? I mean, it disappears when you zoom in, but maybe we can try with that one. I think that gives it some oomph, and we need that oomph. Now for the back of the house. Whoa! The back of the house is a disaster. Do not look at the back of the house. Never look at the back of the house. The back of the house is always a disaster. Alright, what if you try to fill this in? I mean, we have to. And how are we gonna fill this in? What if I just smack down some plants and see what happens? That usually works out. Oh, I'm kind of in a pickle right now. What if I put up my trusty dusty low-lying pale yellow flowers? They brighten up every moment, but maybe not this one. Oh. After many attempts, I'm just gonna say nothing. I have done the back of the house so many times now. And there's just so many gaps and dips and you know what? I'm happy. I'm happy. Let's continue on with something else. And that something else is the plants that's gonna go besides the garage. And for that I am thinking a hedgerow. That will align perfectly in here. And then it can move over to here. Just sort of like so. And don't mind the gap, people, because in that gap we're gonna put in some more plants. Like some hydrangea flowers. I can't say that. Hydrangea? No, we're not gonna. I'm still traumatized. But when I found out that Norwegians can't say the word horror. I can't. I hope I never have to say that word ever again. Horror. I don't know what's wrong. Horror. Doesn't work. I've been practicing that word so many times. It doesn't work. I don't know what's wrong. Horror. I found my enemy and it's that word. But anyways, my planting is up by the garage and I have to say what a movement it was. And I have decided that the lot, it ends here. The other side of the lot, it doesn't exist. They couldn't afford of this part of the lot. That is somebody else's. They gave it away to the city. I don't know. But that part is now done. What do we have left? Ooh, yeah. We have a mighty fine pathway that I have somehow messed up. But for that pathway, we're gonna put down some rocks just to frame everything in. Like so. Making his way up to the door. And oh my gosh, this is gonna take a long time, isn't it? But you know, I like rocks. I do. With a passion. But alright. Oh my goodness me. Oh, my knee. Oh no. I think I'm officially getting old because something weird happened with my knee. I thought my knee was gonna fall off. How can I hurt my knee by just sitting here? I have questions. Well, I think we found out that Nora is not gonna make it to 80 because she is already there. Okay. What was I talking about? Oh, that's right. I was done with my pathway rocks. And I'm not really happy with it. As you can see, I tried my best to follow the terrain down here, but the rocks were just floating. Then when I lowered them down, another part of the area was bare and empty, and some parts were floating, and then I put in some more rocks, and they were floating, and then I put them down and some more. I'm not happy with that area, but I think I'm gonna take a little break from that pathway and instead figure out the mysterious circles that we were gonna have. And for the mysterious circles, what if we try with these cliff rocks? And what we're gonna do with them, I don't know. We're gonna try to make a circle. So what if the rock starts over here, and then it can follow along over here? Maybe. Okay, I need to see. I need to lower this into the ground. Just to about here. That is our first circle. It's not a circle yet, but that is our first layer. And then we can have our second layer, or our first layer, I don't know. After my knee incident, I have lost the numbers from my head. But maybe the second layer can be over here. Is that gonna look weird? I need to envision it in my head if it's gonna look weird, because or else I'm gonna use so much time on absolutely nothing. I'm gonna try my best to make a circle. So if we go over here, in the back, boom shabalam, and please say it's not gonna look weird. Please. Bada boom bam boom. My rocks are up. Lower them into the ground. It's not a full-on complete old circle. We just need round shapes, but I think that could look cool. Right now it looks kind of weird, but I think it's gonna look cool because if you just embrace that in with a little bit of planting. I don't want a lot of planting. I don't want it to overshadow the rocks. Not talking about that, but a little spice, a little something, you know? I do think you know. Yes, I sometimes know, not all the time, but you know. I got my planting up. Our good old circle rocks. I don't know how I feel about that. I don't know if I like that. I don't know. But at this point, since I have put it up and I don't really have time to take it down and do something else, I think I'm just gonna keep it. Why not have a circle moment filled with rocks and plants? Why not? And why did I think that was a good idea? Why? But anyways, that's what you're gonna have today. You're welcome. And I also do think that we need some plants around this little foundation thingy because it looks kind of out of place, doesn't it? And we also gotta connect up this bushing shenanigan moment. And also over here as well. Gonna plant it in with my pale yellow flowers and maybe some other flowers as well. Oh, kind of like so, kind of like so. It's very sparse. Not talking about that, kind of what I wanted. Ooh, you know what? You know what this place needs? It needs a tree right there to overshadow the whole house. Oh, yes. With maybe also some little rocks just for the movements. That was a movement. Big old tree. Oh, you know what? This is kind of a great place. Kind of weird with the garden, but I kind of like this place. Oh, the mailbox and the trash bin. Almost forgot about that. Hold on. Let me put that in. Oh, what do we want today? Maybe just a basic old mailbox. I feel like they would have a basic mailbox. People with them split houses. And that one. I don't know. We can do that today. Good. Everything is in place. Everything is in place. Maybe I'm gonna do some more shenanigans for the landscaping. I don't know. But I do also think that it's time that we begin on the inside. Because I haven't done a thing on the inside. I don't even know if the layout works. I don't know. Where are we gonna have the kitchen? Where are we gonna have the entryway? Where are we gonna have stuff? I don't know. But we need to figure that out right now, actually. So, first point of action, where is the staircase going to be from the garage and up to the second floor? Because this is going to be a garage, so we can't really have the staircase in the middle of the garage. But if we have it on the side of the garage, that's going to leave a very weird old situation on the second floor. Where are we going to put you? I don't know. But right, for the layout, I do think that we could maybe have the kitchen over here. I've kind of planned it out with that window. It just kind of made the most sense. So, if you have a kitchen moment, dining moment, and then the entryway is over here, oh good lord. Okay, well, you know what? This house, it's not gonna have their own dedicated entryway room. They can't afford it. But we're gonna have a staircase over there that leads up to this room. That should be the bedroom. Oh, what a disaster this house is. Hold on. Where is the living room gonna be? Oh no. Oh, dearie me. Okay, well, what if we have a couch over here? And then the TV or something can be over here. And what are we gonna do over here? Is that just gonna be one long hallway? What is the bathroom? bathroom gonna be? Oh no. Okay. Oh, what if we squeeze in the bathroom over here? And then we can have a doorway right there that leads into the living room. And then maybe a doorway right there so I can get to the kitchen and out of the house. I think a lot of people would get out of this house. Ooh, and maybe we can squeeze in the staircase over here. Hold on, wait a minute. What if we go like so? And put it over here. Okay, that will work perfectly on the second floor, but on this floor. Oh, yikes me. That's gonna be a weird old garage. But maybe this is not gonna be a classic garage with a car. This could be refurbished into something else, like a cupcake factory. I don't know. We can do that because then we have finally solved the problem of the staircase. You're good. Okay, I think we have a layout now. And it's the worst layout you've ever seen, I must say. But you know, on the first ground floor, we have the garage that has been turned into something else. And what that is, we don't know. And then on the second ground floor, we have the hallway, a bathroom, living room, kitchen, dining, entryway. Ta-ta! And then on the second floor, third floor, I don't know, we have the bedroom. An open bedroom. Yeah. Welcome to today's build, I tell ya. Welcome, welcome. And for this house, I think that we're gonna begin with the garage. And Mark the Shark, look this way. You gotta see what's hip-hop happening. And alright, this garage. What is this garage going to be? What are they gonna do in here? Are they gonna make something? Is it just gonna be like a storage area? What is this garage going to be? I'm not really sure. What could they be doing? What could they be doing? Ooh, fizzing station. What if they have a fizzing business and they have it in the garage? I kind of like that idea. And we're gonna have 2 fizzing machines. And what more are we gonna have in here? I don't know because my game froze. Darn it, Mark the Shark. Can you believe it? My game froze. Can you believe it? Alright, I'm back again. I remember to say, people. So we're all good. But the other things that we can have in here is some storage areas for the fizzy juice. So maybe in this corner we can have some storage shelves. Maybe a table over here, something. Maybe. But I think I want to close off this area because the staircase is too airy. But I still want that staircase. So what if I try to put up some half walls? I've never done this before. But today is a day of trying out new things. So why not? And was that a good thing? Do we like that? Maybe I do. I'm gonna keep it. It was something fancy. Alright, and then for the storage shelves in this corner, we are gonna have storage. Do we have anything that works for that? Maybe this. That could be some storage shelves. And on those storage shelves, we are of course, gonna have the fizzy juice if I can find it. There it is. Yes. So we're gonna have these boxes on the shelves and maybe the closed boxes on the bottom. We're gonna do the same on the shelf too. And they are gonna be storaging around town for their fizzy juice making. This is their business and they're businessing away. Wow. Just sort of like that. And that is some beautiful shelves. Look at all that fizzy juice. But we're not done yet. We are gonna have some more boxes because I feel like we need some boxes in this corner. So what if we size this one up, place it down there, put another box on top, maybe rotate it a little bit, put another box on top of that again, just sort of like that with my boxes. I don't know why I'm singing. I see the boxes and I'm just in the mood to sing. I love me cardboard boxes. I always have and always will on my cardboard boxes. In real life, in games, I can't get enough of my cardboard boxes. And wasn't that a movement and a half? It was. But okay. And then over here, what was I thinking over here? I was thinking, a table. Yes, a table where they have their drinks that they're working on right now. Yeah, every good garage needs their table. Especially this garage. Nora, you're singing again. I can't. Why are you singing again? I said no to the singing. But you know, there is a table. And you know what? I do think that we're gonna have even more cardboard boxes. And these cardboard boxes, they are gonna be back here. Like so. Maybe I need to size them down a little bit. And then we can go in a trippy-trappy style. Whatever that is in English. But it's gonna be trippy-trapping away. As you say in Norwegian, it's gonna be trippy-trapping away. We don't say that in Norwegian. Some of us do, but not all of us. But we got my boxes all up in a formation. I do love this garage so much. Have to tell ya. But for this garage, I would also like them to have some sort of board where they can write down all of their ideas for their next fizzy juice or something. Do we have a board? I mean, not really what I was looking for. But we have a scouting badge board. Maybe we can use that. I don't know. Oh yeah, because the new flavor of fizzy juice is inspired by the scouts. How about that? I think I saved myself with that one. And we can also put up some more boards over here with all their other shenanigans and ideas. And maybe we can have some magnetic memory boards. Yeah, sure, we can have that on the wall. They can have their memories on a magnetic board. I can allow that, you know. Oh, and then also, of course, we're gonna have some mess on the floor because when you have a fizzing station in your garage, profiting away. It's gonna become a little bit messy, you know? Of course it would, and we also need some scraps and scrapes on the wall. Something happened here. We do not talk about that anymore. Bada boom, bam, boom. I think that the garage is done. Our fizzing station, profiting away, and they have a sweet, sweet life with that. The end. And then for the kitchen. Let's start with the kitchen. And I'm such in a pickle. I don't know where am I gonna have stuff, because the entryway is over there. I have the staircase there, and then an opening over there. So I mean, maybe it would make the most sense if the kitchen was over here. But are we just gonna have one strip of kitchen, or are we gonna continue it over here? Interesting. What if we try with this? Is that gonna be too much? That is gonna be too much. I'm not gonna do that. That never works. What if we instead try to do it like so, and then we have the dining table right here? I think that is our best bet. I kind of like that. Yeah. Let's get our real counters in. And today I'm gonna go with something warm and cozy, like these counters. Bum, bum. Ooh, or do you want to continue the counters over here? Then you can stop right there. I do not know what I'm going to do with that staircase yet. So give me a break. I need to think. But I think that is good enough. The kitchen, dining table right there. Yeah. What fridge do we want to go for? We could go for this one, but we could also go for this one, because then we can have it in green for our green vibe house. Yeah, we're gonna do that. With the matching sink. That is not the matching sink. This one. Right in there. With also some cabinets and a corner piece. Oh, we need a stove. I almost forgot about the stove, and the stove is gonna be right in this nook. With the matching stove hood. Yeah, felt that today. That's a solid kitchen. And now let's figure out the wallpaper and flooring situation. I think for the flooring, we're gonna go with this warm and cozy vibes. Not the wallpaper. You know what? I want to do something that I don't normally do, and that is to just keep it white, plain and simple. Because that is, I mean, come on, that is very normal to see in just normal homes. You just have white old wallpaper. I have that. It's very realistic, and we're gonna make a realistic home today, so that works out. That's alright. Now I gotta figure out what I'm gonna do about this staircase. Maybe I'm gonna do the same shenanigans as I did in the garage with the half walls. So I feel like that could be fun if I go like so, put in some wallpaper. And that was indeed very, very fun. I like that. Oh, you know what we can have on this wall? Oh, calm, Nora, calm. On this wall, on this trippy wall, we can have a family bulletin board that I'm gonna elevate down. So about there. And then on this part, we are gonna have some brooms. Some realm of magic brooms. Oh, that's kind of cute. With a trash bin over here. And I'm also gonna put another trash bin in that trash bin. Make a trash bin inception moment. Like so. Oh, and now I'm gonna put up my kitchen knickety-knacks. I think it's time for that. We are ready for that. The kitchen knickety-knacks is going up before your very eyes. Bobbity-bobbity-bom. Like so, my kitchen knickety-knacks. We got the tea corner over here, the coffee corner, the cereal corner, the dishwashing corner, the random corner, and the food making station. Whoa, kitchen. And now we need to put up our dining table. And for the dining table, it's gonna be a dining table. What about this one? We're gonna go with that growing together style. Ooh, and where are we gonna have this table? Over here? Over there? Over here, in that color. With also a rug and some flowers. Cute! And then also in that kitchen, we can have some plants over here, just to fill in the space. Oh, and then for our entryway. It's a very tiny entryway. We can't really squeeze in that much, but what we can squeeze in is an entryway table with some entryway table knickety-knacks on that. We could squeeze that in with also a lug trio and the hooked on storage right over there. And then maybe we can squeeze in some sort of rack. What rack is it going to be? Oh, a coat rack, an umbrella rack. That is the rack corner. Oh, and we don't have a window over there, and we can't really squeeze in a window. Right. Well, I am just gonna squeeze in the collage then. There should go. And that was indeed our lovely kitchen, dining, and entryway moment. Should we squeeze in an entryway mat? Nah, I don't think so, because we have a rug over there. That's not gonna work. Are we gonna squeeze in the picture over there? That's kind of empty. What if we squeeze in that one? I don't know if that's gonna work. I don't like that. We're gonna keep that for now. Might change my mind later. Look at this room. It's just one lone TV. But alright, let's move over to the living room. And for the living room, we're gonna start off with the couch. It's gonna be a great old couch. Oh, what about this couch? I want it to be very, very homely and cozy. Not too out and about there. And that is the perfect couch for that. With the matching chair and also a coffee table. And then the rug, that can maybe be this one. I have no qualms about that. I feel like that can work. Oh, now we gotta fix this awkward wall. What are we gonna do with this awkward wall? Because we have an opening over there, but nothing over there. Maybe we can squeeze in a bookshelf? Or is that gonna be too much? I feel like that also is gonna be kind of weird. Oh, you know, we can make an entertainment system moment. Is that what what it's called? Oh, like that. We can make that. Where the shelves are surrounding the TV. Squeezing it in. Boxing it in. I feel like I want that. So let's first of all start off with that one. And then we need the other stuff from the dream home decorator. Let's see. What can we put in? Maybe we can put in this one. And then I want to wrap around over there. Interesting. What if we go with that one? And then that one on top, maybe? Go like that. Put in this one. Boom, shabalam. Does Nora like that? That is always the question. Does Nora like it? I think she does. Today is all about trying new things. And I tried that. I don't know if I've done that before. Can't remember. But it's here now. So Janu. And then maybe we can squeeze in a table over here by the couch. And that can be this, glass table? Why was I so confused by that? There is nothing to be confused about over here. We can all see that was a glass table, all right? We can all see that. My mind is deteriorating. But we can also squeeze in this picture over there. And maybe a picture over here as well. What can that be? Oh, what if we tried this one? With the green coffee mug, yes. Just need to slice that up a little bit. And I think we're good then. With also some curtains. Boop. And no, I do not want to talk about these curtains. Because the windows are not symmetrical to the room. But they are symmetrical on the outside. And it's because of this wall right here. And I don't want to talk about it. I don't. Okay. But let's move over to the hallway of our good old home. And we can put in a fence for a staircase. Boop, boop. But in the hallway, in that tiny hallway, can't really squeeze in that much. We can squeeze in a little fluffy rag that I'm gonna size up, not elevate, size up, like so. But in our hallway, we need some curtains, and I am not looking forward to these curtains. I know they're gonna be trouble. That right there screams trouble. Because the main curtains for this house are these ones. But they are not gonna work over here, over the staircase. That's just gonna look weird. So what can we do? What about these ones? No. I want it to be very neutral. So what about these ones? Could that work? No, I did not like them. I'm instead going to try with these ones. If you just size them down a little bit, change up the color maybe. I feel like that works. For a boring old hallway, that works. Okay. Oh, and by the way, what are we going to have in this little nook? What are we going to have? Maybe we can have a chair. Or would that be really awkward to have a chair there? Maybe that is a little bit awkward. But, what if this nook is for when one of them in this weird old couple that makes fizzy juice feels very overstimulated. And they just need to take a little minute in the corner and read some books away from everybody. You know what? I feel like that could be something for the story. You know, they are making fizzy juice in their garage. I feel like they would be very overstimulated. What? Oh my goodness me. Gosh darn railing. Can I put up a placeholder item? No, I cannot. It's just gonna stack on more. Right. Well, I got it there in the end. And maybe we can have some headphones as well, because they needed a space for a long time. Headphones, it is. Yes, that's a good old corn. Kind of weird, but it turned out great. And then for the bathroom in here, we're going to put up some tiles, and we're going to have a green old bathroom for this very standard juice-fizzing people. The toilet, and the matching sink, and also a mirror, and the towel. Ooh, with some soap and some toothbrushes. Why are you over there? Go back there. Nobody has a toothbrush over there. Oh, but we can also have some toilet paper that is needed with we really do need something over there. What can that be? Maybe a painting of some sort. We can plop in this one and just stack them on top of each other. Ooh, and we have a green print. Oh, beautiful. What a beautiful boarding bathroom with some towels. They can be over there. And we need a blind for that window. Oh, goodly golly me. Like so amazing. Boom, 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 bathroom. And let's move up to the bedroom. And for the bedroom, oh my goodness me. Each time that I zoom down, I am floating up. Release me from this misery. But okay, I guess we're gonna do the bedroom from up here. All right. And what do we want for the bed? Maybe that one. Nah, this one. I haven't used that in a hot while. And we can go with this color theme. Cute and nice. With also some bedside tables. Because some would say that is cute and nice too. And then for the rug, what rug are we gonna go with today? I haven't used this one before. Do they have any good swatches? I mean, yeah, they for sure do. Oh, I was about to say, but not for this bedroom. But, oh, I don't know if that's gonna fit in, but I do like that rug. Maybe that is gonna fit in. But I am very unsure though. And then you know what? It's kind of empty over here on this side of the wall. So let's put in a shelf. How about that? Can maybe put in these ones. Stack some items on that. If I will ever zoom down. If I ever will. Oh, come on. Come on. Not like this. Not today. Oh, goodness me. I can't eat. Gee, below. But also for this bedroom, we need a dresser. I forgot about that in my last build. And we're never going to talk about that. But I'm going to plonk down my dresser over here. Going to keep it away from the windowsill because I know we're going to have some curtains there. And that would have not been good if the curtains clipped into the dresser, I tell ya. That is never good when that happens. Not in the game or in real life. Alright, it is nude. And I'm also gonna plonk down my rugs. No. Carpets. No! Curtains! On my windows. Gee, Hey, Nora, you better check yourself one day before the checks you. I'm gonna cut that out. That was horrible. And by the way, what are we gonna do about these windows? Because we need some curtains everywhere because this is the bedroom. Stop jumping up and down. What about these ones? Maybe that could work. And yes, by the way, I know there is a way to not make the game jump up and down, but I just haven't done that yet. I'm on the case soon, but it wasn't soon enough for this video. But you know what? Boom, bam, boom. Bedroom. I am jumping up and down. Bedroom. Oh, and hello. I almost forgot about you. Boom, boom. Good. And with that, the house is finito. And you know what it's time for right now? It is time for the house tour. But before we do the house tour, I'm just gonna do a little bit of a check to see if this house is playable. And then we're gonna do the house tour. So, check first. In the right row, why is it so dark? Oh my gosh, it's 1 a.m. Well, let's wait until the morning time so we can actually see something. Good, I got my catfish outfit on. I'm ready to roll. Can you walk up here? Yes, she can. Yes, she can. Good, I am still traumatized by the mountain staircase. And you can also walk in here. Yes, you can walk down there. Yes, she can. Well, can you walk up to the bedroom? No, she can't. Okay, well, I see how it is. What if I go like so? Can you walk up here now? Yes, she can. Wow. And can you make some food in the kitchen? Of course she can't. Why would she? Well, I'm gonna do this. Boom, bam, bam. Can you make some food now? Okay, beautiful house. Magnificent. I'm done. And now it's time for the house tour. And here is the house tour. And here is the house. Our beautiful step level. No, split level house. In all its magical order. Look at that house, housing away. Like it should and like it could. And we also have our rock circles that I for some reason put in. I don't know why, but I did. We also got a mailbox and a car. Life is good. And also the back of the house. Yay. All right, where are we gonna start this? The rest of this house tour, I don't know. Here's the front part of the house with this little shenanigan. Maybe we can start over here. Yeah. By the pathway leading up to the house. What happened up there? I need to fix that. All right, well, let's step into this house. And we are met with a kitchen and a dining room with the many rooms on the wall. And here's also the entryway. Wow. You're walking straight into the dining room. That is a scary moment though. Not my best house, I have to say. But all right, here we have the living room with a couch moment and the TV entertainment system moment with a good old entryway. With the overstimulation corner and the green old normal old boring old bathroom. And then if we step back to the hallway and go down the steps, we are met with a garage where they do their fizzy juicing all day long, making that profit, that fizzy juice profit. Where am I now? But let's go up to the second floor and here's the bedroom. Boom. Bedroom. And here is also an overview of the house if you would need that. We have the first ground floor, that is the garage. The second ground floor with all the shenanigans. And then the second floor, the third floor, which is the bedroom. Boom. And that was indeed the house tour. And now it's time for the outro. And this is the outro. Welcome. If you for some reason want to download this house, you can. It is up on my gallery. And my gallery ID is JustNoraGaming. Bam. And if you also want to see more of me, you also can. I have a second channel where I do stuff, and I also have a Twitch channel where I also do stuff but live. And links will be down below for that. And don't forget to like, subscribe, because it really does help me out. So thank you. But only if you want to. And I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.